All right, let's welcome onto the show Steve Kanaval,
Hello.
journalist and contributor to equities.com. Hello, Steve.
Hi, how are you? Tommy, how are you?
Good, I've got you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. And my heart also goes out to the families and victims in Las Vegas.
Just hard to believe.
It is.
Our audience, we have so many business owners out there, entrepreneurs who want to start a business, have ideas, ones that are, small and mid-sized businesses. Not everybody, let me rephrase that. Many companies need to understand they're looking to raise money. They're trying to grow their company. They're looking for capital to help expand or launch a new company. You have found a real specialty in cryptocurrency. Let me ask you about it. We know it's a real thing. For many people, they don't really understand it out there in the environment. It is fast-moving. They've raised millions for many companies, even billions of dollars they've raised through cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Tell me about the industry and what you could tell. What would be your elevator speech on blockchain and cryptocurrency?
Well, Tommy, I think, and that's a good question, and I think the simplest way to explain it is, if you think back to the internet stocks of the 1990s, they brought companies public through initial public offerings. They called those IPOs. The same thing is occurring in digital currencies with initial coin offerings, which are ICOs. And it is a non-regulated platform to raise capital. The many companies, and we offer a service that brings ICOs to the market to raise capital. And I was a hedge fund manager in the 90s, and I saw many great ideas come to our investment bank. We would utilize the regulated IPO market to raise capital for them using publicly traded shares. 25, 30 years later, the same thing is happening in the cryptocurrency market.
Did anybody even see this coming, this cryptocurrency?
Well, if you think about tokenization, which is really what occurs, tokenization, and the simplest way to explain tokenization is if you go to a casino and they give you one of their chips, you normally can only spend that in the casino. So that gives a level of protection to protect the money and to spend that there in the casino. Tokenization itself has been going on for many, many years. It's really a safeguard. Tokenization is a safeguard that protects bank accounts, financial statements, medical records, criminal records, driver's license, stock trades, voter registration, all different sorts of things. That has been around for a long, long time. I think they did see it coming. I really, technology is evolving so quickly. And what I've found is that the digital currencies are following the same path as autonomous driving, driverless cars. Mm-hmm. So in 5 years, you will have, and these are already out there, you'll have driverless cars, and it will be accepted, it'll be adopted. The same thing, digital currencies are following the same adoption rate.
Well, let me ask you, now you came from when you had your funds that you said people would come to you in the 90s. Mm-hmm. How are you interpreting this? I see you're on the cutting edge of it, too, with your new company, Cryptosumer, which is pretty interesting. I really want to find out how you got that name title, Cryptosumer.com, but it's very clever. Is it an exciting time? Is it a great thing for that small company that needs to raise capital?
Yes, because the regulated side has gotten so complicated. The brokers take such a big piece. The regulators over-regulate it. and the unregulated coin markets, which are deeper. Bitcoin is deeper than trading IBM, by the way.
I mean, that's incredible. Well, how far off is it until somebody gets involved, one of these groups, and starts to try to regulate it?
Well, the SEC is essentially trying to regulate it now. But when you think back, derivative products that came around in the 1980s where they had futures and options trading, the SEC wanted to regulate futures and options, and the great leadership at the Chicago Board of Trade, Patrick Arbor and different guys, along those lines, did not let the SEC get involved, and that's the reason that derivative products proliferated and grew the way that they did, helping our stock market rally the way it has. The same thing will happen with these currencies. The customers that I talk to, Tommy, they want to raise money. They really don't care how they do it. They have a good idea. They want to bring it to market, and most of them are using some form of Reg A plus to raise because it takes too long to go through an investment bank and the regulatory gum.
All right, so let's really get down to it. So if a startup wants to use cryptocurrency to raise funds, can they as a startup?
Absolutely, and they are doing it on a regular basis. There's some really cool companies out there, and I've seen them. If you look back in the internet stocks of the 95% of them failed. I was flipping through the list the other day of stocks from 1996.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, 95 out of the 100 are not around, but that's the way the world is. Amazon traded $15, I think, before it exploded. It's trading $1,000 today. That's really not that much. That's not that unusual relative to Bitcoin moving from 500 to 4,500. Assets move that way. Real estate in California moved that way.
Well, let's because we're just about out of time, and I need to make sure that people know how to reach you. You can solve the problem. If my company needs to raise some money, can you help navigate those waters for me?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So they need to reach out to you, Steve Kanaval, at Cryptosumer.com. Is that correct?
Cryptosumer.com.
Is there a phone number or anything else where they can reach you?
They can go on the site, sign up for our newsletter. We have a free newsletter. We'd love to have them in the database. I make myself available to answer questions. Companies that want to raise money, reach out to us. Investors that want to learn, reach out to us. It's a really interesting world, Tommy.
That's very exciting, especially for people. There's so many ideas. So many people don't know where to turn. They just go look at Shark Tank and go, I got to get on Shark Tank. But they can call you and help solve some of these problems.
Sure.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you being on the show. We'll be right back with CEO Money. We're going to do facts and figures with Mervyn Price.